Prince Dashu Wangchuck's love story. The brother to the king of Bhutan is one that is straight out of a dream. After marrying the king's wife's sister, their marriage is blooming and stronger than ever after more than 10 years. It is one you must be envious of. They feel true love for each other and care for their beautiful family, much like the king and queen of Bhutan. Unlike the royal couple, Prince Dashu and his wife have been much more secluded. But how did their love story all begin? And what was the sacred promise that Prince Dashu made to his wife? Welcome to Crown Tale, and let's dive into this beautiful story. Much is known about the king of Bhutan, King Wangchuck, and his beautiful queen, Jetsu Pema, but very little is known about his younger brother, the highly reserved Prince Dashu Jigme. Prince Dashu is a notable and beloved member of the royal house of Bhutan, which is a magnificent country in Asia, home to one of the largest existing monarchies in the world. The prince was born on November the 11th, 1994, as the youngest son to the fourth king of Bhutan, King Singni Wangchuck, and his wife, Queen Mother Ashi Wangchuck. Unlike his elder brother, the king of Bhutan, who is always caught up in administrative public responsibilities and in making appearances at public events, Prince Dashu is more reclusive and reserved. This is not to say that he is completely free from public activities, as he too has his fair share of responsibilities and is well equipped and content to take on administrative duties. He was educated at the Early Learning Center in Thimphu, Bhutan, before proceeding to the exclusive institute Le Rose in Switzerland. While in school, Prince Dashu was known to be very humble and studious about his academics. He never allowed his royal background to cloud his thinking. Instead, he committed himself to his studies and eventually graduated with excellent grades. Upon his graduation, he took up certain official royal functions, and currently he has the right to represent the King of Bhutan in 6 eastern districts of the nation. He carries out his duties in the most excellent fashion, making him a worthy source of support and resilience for his brother, the King of Bhutan. He has also been known to represent his brother on various diplomatic assignments across the continent, and he has always delivered excellently. In 2017, Prince Dashu Wangchuck married a lady by the name of Yetsu Lamu in a ceremony at Dongkadong, which is the bride's hometown. The story behind their marriage is quite unique because Yetsu Lamu is the younger sister of Queen Jetsun Pema, the wife of the king of Bhutan. According to Bhutan's culture, polygamy is quite a welcomed and normal tradition, and when it comes to the royal households, the king of Bhutan was expected to take more than one wife. Preferably, he was advised to marry the sisters of his present wife, if they were still unmarried at the time of his ascension. But this tradition was ignored by Prince Dashu's elder brother, King Jigme, when he refused to practice polygamy and marry his wife's sisters. After refusing to practice polygamy, would those such as his brother still show support for him? It was actually obvious that he would change so many outdated cultures and practices because during his wedding, he publicly kissed his bride on the lips. Even before their wedding, the king would walk about with his bride-to-be, holding hands across the streets of Bhutan in full view of everyone. This was an action that was deemed illegal in Bhutan several years ago, but Prince Dashu and the rest of the people of Bhutan showed their unwavering support for their king. Prince Dashu, who later married the sister of his elder brother's wife, seemed to have committed himself to following in his brother's footsteps of monogamy. This was proven because since 2013, he has remained with Yetsu Lamu, his wife, and is showing no intention of getting married to another woman. Would he go as far as to start a young family with Yetsu? Yetsu, who is said to be as beautiful as her sister, the Queen, is also compared to her grace and affection, which may have played quite a big part in her captivating the prince's heart, although the couple is noted for being lovers of a quiet and low-key lifestyle. It was a big event when they welcomed their daughter Princess Deku Pema Wangchuck in 2014. Ever since this moment, there was no doubt that Prince Dashu would be a great father to his daughter, especially considering the experience he had gathered from being an uncle to the children of his elder brother. Prince Dashu and Yetsu Lamu's love story may not be as glamorous as that of the Dragon King, but their love has been proven to be equally as strong, and maybe even stronger than that being shared by the king and queen. This is because Prince Dashu also pledged not to marry another wife, just like his brother, as a sign of his commitment and love for his wife. The couple also pledged themselves to the people. Prince Dashu also had a younger sister, Princess Amphemia Kodeen Wangchuck, who surprisingly got married to his wife's brother, Dashu Thenli Nubu, a union that has created 3 marital unions between the 2 families, which is quite extraordinary. The wedding took place at the Dekan Koling Palace. Prince Dashu was in attendance, but it was the king who presided over the wedding ceremony. Both parents of the celebrant were in attendance, and several other religious and political dignitaries were there as well. It is worthy to note that Prince Dashu has always been very supportive of the king. He always did his best to support and push the reforms set in place by his brother. When the king took over power, he distributed ownerless lands across Bhutan, and the prince helped him to ensure that it was carried out across all districts in Bhutan. Also, the media has never been given the chance to witness Prince Dashu going against his brother, even in controversial political matters like the treaties he signed with India, a treaty of friendship, which raised some eyebrows among international observers. But Prince Dashu stood firm beside his king and elder brother in complete loyalty and trustworthiness. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any videos. Prince Dashu and his wife also actively attend to the people's needs around the country, particularly among the 6 districts of Bhutan, where he is charged with representing the king. He is also an active member of the Do Sung organization, which is focused on providing service for the weakest and helpless in Bhutan, and is also known as the Guardians of Peace. The organization is made up of volunteers who go to areas affected by natural disasters or human-caused chaos. They reach out to those in earthquake or flooding situations to provide help and aid to them, and also cater to those in need of alms and help as a form of charity outreach to the people and less privileged. In the Do Sung organization, members wear a familiar orange uniform for them to be easily recognized. The prince's engagement in this goes a long way to show the content of the character of Prince Dashu, and shows his commitment to the Buddhist teachings of Bhutan, to show care and help to the needy and helpless, as a display of morality and enlightenment. No wonder his elder brother King Jemi was quoted saying, "If traditions have ruled Bhutan for years, it would now be ruled by love." The prince is extremely passionate about helping people, although he prefers to be as reserved about it as possible. In Bhutan, the prince was honoured with the commemorative Silver Jubilee Medal of King Jigme Singye, the centenary of the monarchy commemorative medal, and a host of others. It's been over 10 years since his marriage to his wife, and their love seems stronger than it was when they first got wed. Prince Dashu is a father and a great leader, loved by all the Bhutanese people for his loyalty and service to the nation, much like his brother the king. The king of Bhutan, although loved by his people, endured a testing love with the queen, due to the exception for him to marry his wife's sister. How did him and the queen get through any obstacle that got in their way? You can find out here.